Hello everyone, Wayne Motz from the National Civil War Museum, licensed battlefield guide at the Gettysburg National Military Park here at the Jennie House on Baltimore Pike. And I want to introduce my friend and colleague of many years, Tim Smith, licensed battlefield guide at Gettysburg, also the archivist of the Adams County Historical Society, and he's always coming up with something fresh and new. Almost every day, he's got a new story that he finds out about the Battle of Gettysburg, and this one has not been publicly told before. So you're getting it here at the YouTube channel for the National Civil War Museum for the first time. Tim, tell us what you found.
So this is the Jennie House, and of course it's famous for the fact that on the morning of July 3rd, Mary Virginia Wade was killed by a sharpshooter at the edge of the town. The bullet came up through the other side of the house, and she was killed instantly. The only civilian to be killed during the fighting at Gettysburg. But this story actually pertains to something else. Besides the fact that the house was the site of the death of Jennie Wade, there was a violent sharpshooter battle that occurred here from the evening of July 1st until the morning of July 4th. The Northern Army occupied Cemetery Hill and all the buildings around it. And the Southern Army occupied the edge of the town in front of us. And for 2.5 days, these forces fired back and forth at each other. I found this account in a local Adams County newspaper, the Adams County Independent, from September 21st, 1907. Adam F. Miller of Berwyn, Pennsylvania, a member of Company I, 75th Pennsylvania Regiment, was here last week at the Union Veterans Encampment. Mr. Miller was also here 44 years ago and participated in the Great Conflict. He fought in the first day's battle, and while passing through the town in the evening, stopped in rear of the Jennie House, from which place some heavy fighting was done. It became too hot for Mr. Miller and his fellow soldiers, and they hastened to Cemetery Hill, where they spent the night. Early the next morning, Mr. Miller obtained permission from his lieutenant to go back to the house and place his initials with the use of his bayonet. Last week, he went to the house to see if his initials were still in the bricks. He found them there and told the story to Mrs. R.C. Miller, who was the owner of the Jennie House at that time, and asked her permission to place his company and regiment to the name, which was granted. So in this story, during the battle, with the help of a bayonet, he put his initials on the house and then years later carved his company and regiment. And if you come look at the house, you can actually see AFM, Adam F. Miller, Company I, 75th PV, Pennsylvania Volunteers, on the side of the house. And although there is someone in town who knew about this story, his grandfather told it to him, and I actually kind of knew about the story before. Now we have an article confirming the identity of AFM, and it's startling that, as far as I know, the Jennie House, no one really knew about this story, and it's never been printed or published before.
What a great story, Tim. So right here, 1863 initials, 1907 company and regiment. 44 years after the battle, and 157 years, some of these initials have been on here, and for over 100 years, some of the initials have been on here. We hope you enjoyed this video. Yes, we know Baltimore Street is noisy here. For more videos like this, go to the National Civil War Museum's YouTube channel and subscribe. And we want to thank the great folks here at the Jennie House for allowing us to come out and video this for you today. Thanks.